Hey guys, today we're here with Evan from Western New York, Buffalo. Hi Evan,
Hello?
how are you?
Good?
Evan, you're studying visibility engineering.
Correct.
What made you choose Germany over your whole country as the place to study?
Well, the very simple answer is that it's much, much cheaper to come here. And also, when I was looking into it, it's like Germany seems to have a very respectable education system, and a degree from Germany is somewhat equivalent. I don't know exactly the equivalency to a US degree, but I think that it's equally accepted in the world of business and in companies. They'd say, oh, you have a degree from Germany, and that's almost equivalent to having the same one from the US. So basically, it costs a lot less to come here to go to school, and it's equally respected degree, I guess. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and you have been studying here for almost a year. What do you think about the quality of education here? Do they meet your expectations?
Here at this university,
Yes.
yes. Last semester, basically when I came here, I didn't know what to expect. I wasn't even really sure if I wanted to do this degree at all. And last semester I had really good professors that got me interested into the subject and really made me want to follow through with it and do it. The good thing about the professors here, at least a lot of the professors I've had, are they're directly working in the field of usability, and they come here and they give lectures and they take on students, and you're getting this real world point of view from them about this is what really happens once you graduate and you're in the real world of usability engineering and you're working. These are the real things that are happening, so it's really practical.
And is it really different from the American system of education?
Ooh, that's a tough question. Well, I've never done a master's in the US, so I don't know how to compare the requirements. I do know, and this is from someone who actually was German that I knew in the US, who was doing his master's in the US. The US requires a lot more home study and like reading. Like they would give him a bunch of chapters of a book and say, go home and read this. This is your homework. Here, that doesn't happen. Here, it seems like it's a lot more projects, group work, and more practical, which I think is great. But then he was studying, I think, architecture or something like that. So it's unrelated, and it's hard to compare. If I compare it to my bachelor's degree, my bachelor's is in psychology, and I was interested in it, and I really enjoyed it, but I found it pretty easy. This, I think, is more challenging, but it's a master's, so
Yeah.
it's hard to compare as well.
Great. And tell me about the paperwork that you needed to go through in order to get here. Was it difficult for you?
No, coming from the US, it's really easy, actually. As far as a visa, I looked it up, and I was really concerned because basically what I found out was like you don't need a visa at all. I was able to come here and live here for 3 months, and within that 3 months I had to go to the visa office and get a resident permit, and that lasted for a year, and you have to have a certain amount of money in your bank account, and there were requirements, but it was pretty easy to fill, and I had 3 months to do it. So but then with the university, the other thing about this university that was nice was that it was very low requirements for entry, and that was part of the reason I came here, because they just asked for my transcripts, my diploma.
Coming from a different country, there must be something that really surprised you about Europe and Germany in general. Was there anything?
Oh, I could go for days about this. Well, the funnier things is they drink sparkling water here as like the normal thing, and that really caught me because I hate sparkling water. And if you go to a restaurant and order water, they give you sparkling water, and that like pissed me off because you have to pay for it too. The thing in the US, you don't have to pay for just a glass of water at a restaurant or a bar or anything, like, and they have more drinking fountains and stuff. It's like water is, but I see the reason for it is like it conserves water better here. So I think it's like this kind of like
Trade-off.
yeah, this trade-off of like being more green, I guess you could say. Germany is very, very good with the environment and stuff, and I admire that. More of a cultural thing is in the U.S. people, I don't want to say they're more friendly because Germans are very friendly, but not on the outside. There's like this shell where it's like if you pass somebody on the street in the U.S., 8 or 9 times out of 10, they will look at you, smile, and say, "Hi, how are you doing?" Or like, "Nice day," you know, just like.
Yeah.
Whereas here it's a lot less. It's more like 1 or 2 out of 10 would actually even look at you, and they don't really smile, or they think it's weird if you smile at them. And I've noticed that.
Interesting statistics.
Yeah, well, just
yeah.
from observation, it's not exact.
Yeah, I guess Germans. For some people, Germans may seem friendly, like to Eastern Europeans, and I guess they seem unfriendly for Americans. You're studying using English as your primary language of communication. And how would you say important? Would you say German is important in your everyday life at the moment? And is it a difficulty not to know German as a native speaker here?
Well, it's another kind of funny story because I had traveled Europe before, and I had been in Germany before I came here to study. This was like a year before I came here. So I had this naive mentality coming here, like, I'm going to study in German. In Germany, I should probably study German. But then I was like, whatever. Everyone speaks German, everyone speaks English in Germany. And coming to Camp Lindford, that was completely not the case. And I found that out quickly. So then I was like, oh, this will be nice. I can actually try to learn German, and it is kind of important, you know, just in the grocery stores and stuff. But you can get by just knowing the basics. But I do want to learn German, and actually what I'm realizing is it's if I was somewhat fluent in German, it would be easier for me to find a job in Germany in my field.
Yeah.
I think. So that would benefit me, and I wish that I had kind of studied more and taken it a little more seriously. And now that I'm here, the thing is, with my master's, I'm very, very busy. I have a lot of projects, a lot of work, and it's hard for me to commit to learning German as much as I'd like to because I'm so busy with everything else.
So would you say it is a common misconception that once you're here, like planning to learn German while in Germany is not very well thought? You need to start in advance because you will not have lots of time when you're studying.
I mean, if I were to give someone advice, I'd say yes, take German in advance. Because once you're here, taking the actual grammar courses and actually doing that, as far as learning German, it's the more you hear it and the more you try and speak it, the better it becomes. So I'm trying to do that as much as I can, which is nice because if you were learning in your own country and you're just learning from a book or from a class, you don't get that everyday practice or actual German, like maybe the book tells you a certain way to say something, but in Germany that's not exactly how they say it or something like that.
Yeah. For many people, it's a huge struggle to find a place to stay here. How was it for you?
Actually, I don't know if I just lucked out or if I did it at a good time, but I found it really easy. I just applied for the student dorms through Studentenwerk Düsseldorf, and they actually gave me an option of which dorm building I wanted to live in. I think the earlier you start looking, the better, obviously.
Yeah, I think I applied mid-June, and I didn't get any response, so I would definitely recommend...
From the dorms?
Yeah, for the dorms.
Okay, yeah.
Can you tell me one stereotype about Germany that turned out to be true?
Stereotype?
And one stereotype which turned out to be false?
I'll start with the false one because it's hard to explain, but German efficiency, I think, is a very commonly spread, stereotype.
Yeah.
And coming here, maybe it's just the university, but I've also noticed it with other things. They're not as efficient and fast as I would have expected. Things move quicker in the U.S. as far as bureaucracy and yeah. But I think it's like this kind of like German like I don't know what it is. It's like this lazy attitude, but not lazy. That's the wrong word for it. But I don't know. They don't get things done as quickly as I thought they would. Like German efficiency. And I came here and I was like, this is taking forever. Like even through the university, it's like trying to my trip that I'm going to Greece through the university. It's been a nightmare. The bureaucracy behind it. They're very slow with the paperwork. And then what was the other one? A stereotype that's true?
And the one that's false.
That was the one that's false.
Yeah.
The true one about Germans?
Yep.
I guess the false one is the that they all speak English too. I mean, they do speak English, but they're so self-conscious about their English. They're like, oh, my English is bad, but their English is like 10 times better than my German. But they're just like shy and don't want to make mistakes. I don't know. They're crazy.
Okay, my closing question. The student life, how does it compare to the US?
That's another tough one to answer because for my bachelor's, I went to a very large university, and this is a very small university.
Yeah.
So I can compare a large university in the US to a small university in Germany.
Yeah. Well, anyways.
In the US, it's a lot crazier. The students are a lot more reckless and irresponsible. There was like riots and a lot of crazy stuff went down. But it's nice here. I mean, people think Camp Lundfort's not safe, but it's a lot safer than where I went to university because I was in a city too. The thing is here, if you fail, you can like retake it twice. In the US, if you fail an exam, you fail that course, and it goes onto your transcripts.
Really? I thought it was pretty strict here.
No,
it appears not.
Compared to the US, at least that's how it was that was like 5 years ago when I was doing my bachelor's. So maybe it's changed. But when I did my bachelor's, if you failed something, it goes onto your transcript here. If you fail, you have a chance to retake it, and then I think on your transcript, it's the grade that's not failed. I think here.
Alright, I guess that's it. Thank you very much, Evan.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you for watching.